Welcome to Reality After Show coverage of the Traitors US edition, streaming on Peacock. We're talking episodes 1 and 2. Join us tomorrow. We'll be talking episodes 3 and 4, and then so on and so on. But I don't know when those days are, so don't worry about that. But joining us tonight, this is unbelievable. So the show has like all these amazing reality stars and then some nobodies, but some of the nobodies are proving to be good, and some of the nobodies are still nobodies after 2 episodes. But of the people that are awesome, we got Rachel Reilly. How cool is that?
Thank you. I'm excited to be here.
Well, Big Brother royalty.
Oh,
no wonder you're in a castle.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, that's why I was in the castle, Big Brother royalty. So I was gonna say, I'm excited to be here with you, Johnny. It's like, oh my gosh, Survivor royalty.
Oh, well, stop! No, please, more. I have an hour for you just to give me pleasantries.
Right. That's what I'm being paid for.
Hope the check clears. So, also joined as I typically am, I got Dan Montchal. Alex Trias just left. He did not want to be mentioned. Jeez, Alex, what is the deal? I think Alex pressed a strange button, and maybe he will come back. Oh, here he comes.
There he is.
Are you the Joker now?
No, that's his role. I'm just nobody.
All right, there he is. Alex, you're great. So, yeah, you're on the A team. Come on. So, peek behind the curtain before we went live here. I just realized literally 10 minutes ago that Alan Cumming was not David Tennant, because there's this show on Amazon called Good Omens, and it's based on a graphic novel. I want to say Neil Gaiman did it. Anyway, it's incredible. And the whole time I thought that the guy that is one of the main people on Good Omens was Alan Cumming, and I was just like, this is so cool. And literally watched 2 episodes of Traitors, still thought it was the same guy until I did a Google search right before. I was just like, is it Cumming or Cummings? Cumming? And I looked, and it's like, oh, it's Alan Cumming. Okay, cool, got that. And I was like, what was the name of that show? And I can't find it on IMDb, and I'm just like, oh my God, like was there a scandal with that show and they're pretending it never happened? Because I saw it, I know what happened. And then I finally figured out, I was like, oh, it's called Good Omens. So then I was like, oh, that's David Tennant. That is not Alan Cumming at all. So I'm just like, I'm like, what did Alan Cumming do? I'm like, The Good Wife. I never saw that. Who is this guy?
He's been in a lot of good things, though. I feel like he's fun. But this might be his, he was made for this. I mean, we see in the very first episode, it opens up and he's just like there with the Scottish regalia and like his accent and his like vibe, like the whole thing about it was just like, oh my God, he was perfect. He made the show. Like he was so fun.
So he said it's his house. It's not his house, right?
I mean, it should be.
He is from Scotland. I mean, I did that much research. David. I don't know where David Tennant's from, but I know that Alan Cumming, no S, is from Scotland. So it could be. All I know is there's a lot of restoration done on that house. Oh man, I wouldn't even brag that it's a castle.
These are new floors. Thank you, Ressa.
Oh my God. Before we go any further into this, were you disappointed that you were not a traitor?
Yes. Okay. I haven't been able to say this for weeks. So like every interview, they're like, "Did you want to be a traitor or faithful?" I'm like, "I don't know," but I wanted to be a traitor so badly. I think, first of all, I would have been a really good traitor. I don't know. Brendan thinks I would have not been a good traitor, and I've talked to some of my friends that like, you would have been so obvious. But I felt like I would have been the best traitor because I think like, I don't know if I would have been able to manipulate people or like gaslight them, but I think I would have been able to like, I don't know. I think if I was like more calm and not worried about getting murdered, I think I could have been more strategic in the game. Plus the traitors are like the stars. They have it the easiest, right?
Yeah.
I mean, honestly, like being a traitor, you're just chilling the whole time. You don't have to worry about anything.
Well, as someone that every show that I do, I look at through the lens of production.
Yeah.
I'm just like, okay, so if I'm producing this show, we have 10 reality stars and 10 nobodies.
Right.
And one of the reality stars, I'm sorry, Summer House, I've never heard of you or your house. So relax, Poncho or whatever your name is. Ludwig. I don't know. We'll get there. I wrote down your name. Relax. I'll find you Summer House. I just call you Summer House. But anyway, so we have 10 reality stars. Well, 9 reality stars in Summer House, and then we have 10 nobodies. So if I'm looking at through my production lens, I'm like, okay, we have 3 traitors. I'm doing 2 reality stars and 1 nobody because the 2 reality stars will carry the nobody to know what they should do. Right.
That's what I would think too.
So therefore, like, so I'm doing that math.
Yeah.
If I'm in production, you're an odds-on pick of me. I'm just like, but at the same time, I don't know if I want to saddle you with that because people would think, like, if I were out there and I was, for the record, very disappointed didn't get the call. I'm just like, how could you not cast Jonny Fairplay on a show called Traitors? But
honestly, right? I know you should have been on this show. It would have been fun.
It's fine. You guys worked out the kinks season 1. I'm available season 2. Okay. So, but if I were out there, I first vote, everyone's Jonny Fairplay. I don't care if Geraldine Ferraro and Michael Davidson. That's right. I'm talking to you, Michael Elizabeth Davidson. Be warned. I don't care who else is out there. 11 people are writing down Jonny Fairplay. They're like, he's got to be one of the traitors, right?
I mean, 100%. I think that would have been too obvious that you were a traitor. So I don't think you would be a traitor. But then the thing is like, you know, I can talk about who the traitors were, right? Yeah. We're talking about first one. Yeah. So Cody, okay, like if you're gonna pick someone from Big Brother, why would you pick Cody over me? Yeah. Like what? And Cody is like the most bland, boring, like what? Why are you gonna pick Cody? Like he's gonna go in everything and being like, sure, whatever, dude, you know, and like just like he does, you know, on the show. So
he plays dumb well.
Yeah, he does play dumb well.
But how do you make him a traitor? Because I was talking with Dan about it offline. How do you make him a traitor when you have 2 films, like you have 2 seasons of tape on him? Both seasons he had almost total control of everything that happened. He took out all the personalities, and you're trying to make a TV show as production. I'm like, what's more interesting? Giving him control again, or give him the one thing he's never had, and that's no control, and have him spiral and figure out how to play from underneath?
I think, I like that. I agree. And I think that was the problem too. And also like with Cody, he's so one note, like, and I'm not like throwing shade. I mean, maybe I'm throwing a little shade at Cody, but like he's very one note. Like we know how he's going to play the game. I play Big Brother with him again. He's going to do the exact same thing. You play the Traitors with him. He's going to do the exact same thing. Like I was on Fear Factor with him. He did the exact same way he played Fear Factor. Like he's so one note the way that he plays these games. Like I was surprised that production would have picked him too, especially when they know, like if you give me that, like, oh my gosh, what am I doing? Like I'm going to fumble the ball and like, you know, drop it 20 times. And I think it's going to be interesting to see if like, can Rico pick up the ball or like what's going on? Because I feel like, I don't know. I think I would have been better.
Do you think they knew Cody or they just knew that Cody won Big Brother?
We did interviews. So it's a possibility that like during his interview, he had like a strategy, you know, or maybe during his interview, he said during his interview that he really, really wanted to be a traitor. So maybe during his interview, he had like this whole traitor thing where he was like, I'm going to do this. And I played this way on Big Brother and I'm the master manipulator, you know, maybe, but yeah, I don't know.
I think he's really good at playing dumb. But if you pay attention to the Pete, like, on All Stars going into that, one of the final comps in which you have to remember stuff that happened in the season. He's literally sitting, he's probably talking to Enzo, who was, you know, counting panels on the wall or something. And he was just like, you know, on day 57, there were 122 pieces of the puzzle. And like,
yeah,
that's amazing. Like a dum doesn't know on day 57, there were 122 puzzle pieces and blah, blah, blah.
Yeah. He's not dumb. He's smart. No. He's good at games. He's good at these games. That's why he's played, you know, so many and won. But I think, you know, we'll see like how he does on the Traitors, because I think that this is probably not up his alley as much. He still like takes
Did
a lot
Derek
of pride.
call for him before he got there?
Pre-game for him, but he also takes a lot of pride in like how he is viewed. So I think like he's gonna have that in the back of his head the whole time. Where for a traitor, I think you almost need someone that doesn't care, because like, by the way, you're being told you have to be a traitor. It's not like you're a villain. You know, you're not like going into this game as a bad guy. You're not like, you know, being best friends with someone a whole entire Big Brother game and then backstabbing them. You're like, that's your job. You're told you have to be a traitor. Like, you don't get a choice.
Yeah.
So,
which actually forces you to be a good guy.
Right. Exactly. Like, exactly. Because you're a good guy for the traitors, you know, if you think about it, like, it's that whole, like, what's the thing when it's like, we have to look at it, the coin from both sides or whatever, the villains on Disney, they talk about it all the time, how the villains are the good guys.
Oh yeah, well, Thanos. I mean, like Thanos wanted to destroy half the population of the universe, so there was no famine, and there was there was no lack of food or space or all this. So like he was doing it for good means. And it's just like but it's half genocide.
It's not black or white. It's like they want us to believe in the gray area. The gray area is where everyone sits.
The greatest villains, but have an ethos that they believe.
Exactly. Yeah. And like Taylor Swift's song, "The Anti-Hero."
So I was actually happy when you were not revealed to be a traitor, because
really?
I'm just scared that I think you would have been fine. I don't want that bullseye. I don't want you to go anywhere. So I don't want that bullseye on you, number one.
Yeah.
And I don't want you handcuffed, which I feel like there's a possibility that the traitors at some point will be. I feel it's a little looser right now, but there's always a twist.
There's always a twist. What are you all? Have you only watched the first 2 episodes?
Only the first 2, because it doesn't help the podcast going ahead. Because then I'll say, hey, what do you think's gonna happen? I'm like, well, I watched episode 6, and this. For the record, can we all agree that there is at least there's, I don't even know, probably thousands. There's at least one asshole out there that went to episode 10.
And watched it first. 100%.
I mean, what are you doing?
100%.
Well, and I was telling people in like other interviews I've done, I was like, don't do that, because you're gonna not only spoil it for yourself, you're gonna ruin the whole like watching the whole game. It's such a good show that like if you go to the end to find out how it ends up, like you're gonna ruin the whole thing for yourself, because it's the fun part is like trying to figure out what these people are gonna do, and are we really that bad at this game? Like, as you see in the first 2 episodes, are we this bad?
Well, I do have a question for you, because like in this concept of the game, like because the main mission, everyone's working together. Because everyone wants the money ultimately. Yeah. So there's not like, it's not like the Mole or other games where like you're trying to sabotage something. So what are you guys using to like base out your decision making, at least early on, like how you're trying to determine who is actually a suspect? Who do you think a traitor would be?
Well, there's no way in these like main competitions, like these team building things, there's really no way to suss that out. And I think the team building competitions is like really smart for whoever came up with this game, because it forces us to all be working together and form this like weird camaraderie. Like we're a family, we're a team. We're like doing that. We've made $30,000. Like, oh my God, we're awesome. And then like 5 minutes later, oh, someone's getting banished. Someone's, getting murdered. And it's like, I think that those were made to build this bond so that when we get to the banishment table and when we get to these murders, it's so much more personal, because that's the only way to like play this game is to play it where it's like, you have to like walk this line where you're like, okay, I got to play with the traitors. I got to play with the faithfuls. I have no idea who the traitors are. So I've got to figure out like, how can I be useful to them? And so one way to be useful to them is to make the money and let them think they're going to win it. That's the only thing I could think. And then to like almost be where it was like, you almost throw out obvious names. And like, I felt like if I could continue to throw out obvious names or continue to kind of like go along with what everyone else was saying, that maybe the traitors would just be like, oh, she's so whatever, we can like use her, you know?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It was almost my thought, like, because I say in the first episode that I knew Cody was a traitor, right? So my thought was like, if Cody's a traitor, like, he could work with me. You know, I told him, like, you could work with me, right? Because, like, if you're a traitor, I'm a faithful, like, why wouldn't you work together? I think on a future season, I would want to see that happen, where someone was like, look, I know you're a traitor, but, like, I think we could work together, and pull them aside and to have a traitor actually think, like, this could work to my advantage, you know?
Until I pull the trigger and put the dagger in.
Right, literally.
Well, yeah, I guess I had a question about that as well, because it's revealed Cody's a traitor, and I think 6 seconds later we have your confessional saying, I know he's a traitor.
What a traitor.
Yeah.
Was it really that obvious to you that quickly that he was a traitor? And I guess if so, what made you think that?
I think I knew pretty quickly that Cody was a traitor, only because, like I said, like, I've drank with him, I've hung out with him. Like, Cody is this person who, like I said, he's very, like, you know, he's very charming. He's very, like, he's one note. He's like this guy that he's like a guy's guy. He's charming. He's fun. He wants to be like he wants to be liked. Like, that's the impression I get of him, especially in these games. And he was not acting like that. He wouldn't talk to me. And I was like, does he just not like me? It's like, did I do something where he just doesn't like me? Or
there's no way he doesn't like me.
That's
Let's subtract that. He's a traitor.
Why would he not like me? And he doesn't want to talk to me, and he was avoiding me. That was the biggest tell for me, because he was avoiding me. And I was like, dude, what did I do that, like, Cody would be avoiding me? Like, we were on Big Brother. We're both Big Brother winners.
Yeah.
We were both, like, on Fear Factor together. Like, we know each other from outside of the game. So he's either, like, a traitor being weird, or he's just like, I did something, but I, like, obviously didn't do anything to, like, escalate that in a game for $250,000. Like, Cody's smart. He's
We're
like,
up to.
Right.
Up to 250.
Up to 200, right.
Well,
I mean, that's not a spoiler. It's just, that's the goal. Like, you can win up to 200.
Well, no, they said like right out of the gate, up to, and
right.
So we've already subtracted 10,000.
Yeah, that's true. Okay, so you're right.
Yeah,
but still, in any game,
but when they said up to 250, I was just like, you shady bastards.
Right, I know.
I was like, I know what that means. So you got, you know how much they missed that 10,000 by, Alex?
Probably by 2 seconds.
every challenge on the challenge, someone beats the other team by 2 seconds.
It's always by 2 seconds.
Always by 2 seconds.
Was it by 2 seconds?
It's never 2 seconds.
It's never 2 seconds.
But they always say it's 2 seconds. It's like, really?
Yeah.
Because, like, I mean, I measure the same way. Trust me. Ask Jessica. I got 14 inches.
Anyway, so we talked a lot about one of the
and I go
traitors.
2 seconds. All right, let's start. Oh, real quick, I got to get this. So, as far as the working as teams, I was like, I've been on 70 television shows, and and this is what I do for a living. I podcast talk. I was confused up until, I don't know, either the end of the first episode or 3/4 through the first episode of, like, are you on teams? Like, what is it? Like, I didn't understand that. But at the same time, I'm kind of glad that they didn't mansplain this to death. And I'm sitting there like, we got it.
Yeah.
So they walked the fine line. I felt they fell a little short, but I'm okay with it, because I'd rather that than then it's just like, okay, we're not all idiots. So, but apparently I was an idiot till 3/4 of the way through the show.
Oh, I mean, I was, like, apparently an idiot playing the show myself. So, as we see in the first 2 episodes, like, we just play a bad game. But I think the teams, we were on the teams, and we had separate teams. There was really no reason to, like, win or lose, to be honest. I think it was, like, a competitive thing, because it was like the team that wins has the glory. It was just like, I don't think we had any reason to like win or lose.
Well, I was just like, is there some like loser thing there with a notepad? It's just like, okay, no. Rachel was on Team Blue this time, so the most she can win is this amount of money at the like that up to 250,000. I'm like, so she can't win that 20,000 because her team didn't. I'm just like, oh my god, this is the. Please do not show all this stupid math at the bottom of the screen, and then it's just like, no, they just won it. I'm like, okay, I'm fine.
Yeah, I think, and you know what I think maybe it was too? They thought that maybe it would be, the drama would be like, oh, like what happened? Like Reza was so loud and Reza was so in your face. And like, I think also they were thinking like the losing team is someone's going to get murdered. Someone's going to get banished because they're not playing. They're not like, doing what they need to do to win the money for the team. And I think as a traitor, I would have taken that into consideration because I would have been like, oh my gosh, like this person, like Kate, like Kate's not doing anything. She's like not even helping to row the boat. She's just
she is great television. I've never heard of this woman in my entire life, and I'm in love.
Yeah, she's great.
The reality ladies killed it the first 2 episodes.
Yes, it's your show.
Yeah.
I mean,
I mean, I'm saying the obvious, but
right.
Yeah. So and I don't know how this works out. As I said, I've only seen the first 2 episodes, but just like Survivor fans versus favorites or any reality competition where you have people that have done this at least once or multiple times versus people who have never done this ever in their entire lives, they have no chance.
I mean,
it's hard. It's
hard, but it's also like, look, they could be whoever they want to be, Like we see like
yeah, good luck.
Like, not a vet or whatever. Like I would have never thought. I thought he was a van lifer, like that. He was just some cool, dude that was like lived his life and.
Christian.
Yeah, Christian.
Oh,
like,
we'll get to him. Oh my god, I got so much for this guy.
Like it's one of those guys that just travels around. That's what he like does. I guess like his Instagram is all van life stuff. So like I thought that's all he did, but like I didn't know he was like strategic and like a military. I might have thought differently about him.
All right.
But it is interesting, like because we see this on reality shows, especially from new players of reality TV. They have this obsession of like, oh, I need to hide these specific things that like if I was like, because if he told me on day one, like, oh, I was in the military for 4 years, that doesn't change my opinion of how I view him. But they're like, oh, I have to hold this a secret because the issue is, and so I've watched the UK version of this show. And they had people who came in as a couple and they lied about it. And then suddenly they had to reveal it.
That's good.
And it made both of them go out very quickly because everyone was like, well, that's a proven lie, which means you can lie to us. So you're gone.
That's good. That's,
yeah.
Great TV.
I don't understand people that like new fame glory that are just like, I can't. I'm just like, nothing you do is that amazing. Like, are you guys watching the new season of The Circle?
Yeah.
Okay, like Marvin, like he's this amazing body. He's got the greatest body on a human being of all time, and he has 3 degrees in like chemical engineering and all this. He goes, I'm not going to tell them that I have these degrees, so they won't know that I'm smart. So they're looking at him, they're like, well, this guy's obviously an idiot. I don't want to work with him.
Right.
Versus if he was like, I got 3 degrees, or like, oh my God, brains and brawn, let's go.
Right. Or even, I feel like with Marvin, even if he would have just said like 1 degree, like anything. I know. I don't understand why the new people coming into these shows are so obsessed with like covering up who they really are. Yeah. But I don't know. I wonder if they could have used it to their advantage. Maybe not. I don't know.
I feel like it would have explained some of like how he competes.
Right.
It's like if he's like a military guy and like military is all about active communication, then like if I'm in Cody's position, I'm like, oh, I may be annoyed by it, but I understand why he's acting 100%.
Like this. Yeah.
Yeah. Versus van life, dude. It's just like, where's this coming from?
Right.
This guy's an enigma. I gotta get rid of it.
Yeah.
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 Like if Christian's not a traitor, he is first or second boot on the show.
I think he would have gotten murdered quickly, right?
In real life.
Yeah. Like
they're like, we went to put the envelope under his door, but his door was open and there was a dagger beside his corpse.
Yeah, like literally, yeah.
And there were 8 sets of footprints leaving the room.
Yeah, literally.
All right, let's break down the episodes in fast pace. So episode 1, the game is afoot, and I love when they say anything is afoot, especially parts of the body. So we are in the Highlands of Scotland, and you can win up to $250,000. First vision we have after the rolling hills is groundskeeper Willie, who looks like he does frightening things to peacocks.
Wait, Fergus? You're talking about
Yeah.
Fergus? Yeah.
Groundskeeper Willie from The Simpsons.
I love him. Yeah.
He looks a little scary.
He's supposed to look scary, but he's amazing. He's just so funny on the show.
Okay. Well, I love he needs a t-shirt.
He makes it more absurd. He does. Like, I want a shirt that has Fergus. That's your t-shirt idea, Johnny. Like, don't get a Rachel Traitor shirt. Get a Fergus Traitor shirt, and that will sell out.
I'm on it. All right. We learned right out of the gate, Michael Elizabeth Davidson is a Survivor fan, and he wanted to do selfies for his Instagram with Sari.
With Sari.
And maybe Stephanie. I'm not sure if you recognize her or not. Stephanie looks really Stephanie hasn't been on television in 15 years. Yeah. And she might look 3 years younger.
Oh, really? Good. I'll be happy to hear that.
Yeah. Yeah. So I was happy. I saw Stephanie at Hearts Reality. So,
yeah.
So
she's the best.
Yeah, she's great. So
bad liar though.
Not a good liar.
Not a good snake in the grass either.
Yes. No. I do not understand this repeat. I mean, because weren't these both NBC Universal?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're just like, all right, it's reality TV women. We only know 5 of them. Let's pick 2 or 3. So.
Maybe we were just so good on Snake in the Grass that they thought it would be amazing.
I feel like it was an apology for being on Snake in the Grass. Okay,
I love
Bobby Jones or whatever his stupid name is, or Alan Cumming.
Bobby Jones. Oh, Alan Cumming, 100%.
Yeah,
Bone,
right.
Bobby Bone.
Whatever. He sucks.
No, Alan Cumming. He was Alan Cumming. I'm telling you, this show. The more and more you're gonna watch it, the more and more you're gonna be like, this guy is made for this show. His commentary is just so good.
He has no idea who any of you are, does he?
No, no one. But he picks up on our personalities, which is so crazy because he has no idea that we were on whatever show we were on, but he picks up on our personalities and he's just says little things that you're just like, oh my god, he's really funny, he's really good at witty,
Do you think he likes you or
he does? I think he genuinely likes us. I think he enjoys the show. I think he enjoys the situation, and I think he genuinely likes us and thinks that we're probably entertaining.
Because I feel this is a pretty comparable situation to TJ on the Challenge USA, in which TJ had no idea who any of these people were and basically looked at most of them with disdain.
Yeah, I feel like TJ did not like that. But I think Alan really does like us. Yeah. I think he likes us. He thinks he makes really great witty jokes with us and has good banter. So I think he does like us. Yeah,
I did Ty Murray's Celebrity Bull Riding. And the original concept for the show. So Ty Murray was Jules' husband. He's the greatest bull rider ever. And so the original concept was he was going to get these amazing athletes. Yeah. And they were going to, he was going to try and ride bulls and, blah, blah, blah. So anyway, so the show changes formats a few times. So it ends up, it's me, Vanilla Ice, Nitro from American Gladiators, Leif Garrett, Rocket Ishmael from Heisman Trophy winner, a bunch of different people, and Ty Murray's not happy. He was just like, this wasn't my idea. I want some athlete, and y'all got Jonny Fairplay over here, and he was just like, you know what? The world could use a few less reality stars. Maybe they'll get hurt and die. So that's why he finally gave the green. He's just like, this ain't what I want, but I mean, maybe some good will come from this. And then we got there, and everyone, I'm one of the few people that didn't go to the hospital. I mean, Francesco Quinn, who was in a Platoon, Anthony Quinn's son. He had broken ribs, broken collarbone, cracked ribs, severely bruised lung. Cowboy Kenny from Motocross X Games, severe ligament damage in his wrist. Like everyone went to the hospital except for me. And so halfway through the film, he's like, God damn, like this sucks because I kind of like y'all now, and none of y'all are made for this. I promise you.
Not on real bulls, no. Oh
yeah, so I ended up riding 11 bulls. I got 8 for 8 seconds, and I won the big thing in Nashville.
Okay. Well,
who knew?
Wait, where can we go watch that? Because I know, like, I feel like I need
CMT.com, maybe.
Okay, I will have to like Google this. This is my like next after I finish binging the Traitors, I'm gonna watch this, Johnny.
It's not that good.
Oh,
the highlight was Vanilla Ice didn't want to play Ice Ice Baby, so Jewel said, she goes, if I like we were at this barbecue thing outside, and Jewel goes, if I sing my song, will you do Ice Ice Baby afterwards? He was like, all right, if you do your song, I do. So anyway, so I do my confessional. It's just like, I never thought I'd see Jewel open up for Vanilla Ice. And she saw it. She goes, motherfucker. She called me. She goes, I did not open up for. I'm just like, well, you're on stage and then Vanilla Ice is on stage. I don't know.
Oh no. Oh, that's good TV. Good.
Oh, Jill, that wasn't on the show. That was real life. She called.
That was real life?
Yes. Jill's great. She's got a potty mouth. I love her. Anyway. All right. So back to Traitors, please. All right. So Alan Cumming is our host. He's amazing. So 3 of you are traitors. The rest are the faithful. Mm-hmm. And any traitors that remain will take it all unless there's no traitors remaining, and then the faithful will split that. So if you guys eliminate the 3 traitors right out of the gate, you all just split the money, whoever's remaining. However, I'm guessing Twistaroo, there's going to be a traitor eliminated and a faithful is going to become a traitor, if I had to guess.
Okay, maybe.
You never know.
You never know.
Because there's got to be a twist, right, guys?
There's always a twist. It's called the Traitors.
Yeah.
It's called the Traitors. There's no way this thing goes straight. Just like, hey, you heard the rules at the beginning of the game. Nothing's gonna change from there.
But also, like, what if we all got rid of like back to back to back? Then we'd only have like, I don't know, like $30,000 total in the pot, or like $60,000 to split with like 20 people.
After taxes, that's like $1.50.
Yeah, like literally.
Yeah, it's almost why it's almost like if you can figure out who it is without them wanting to murder you, it's like it's beneficial to keep them along for as long as you can, and then like chop them so that you gain as much money as possible and have less people to split it with.
Yeah. Right. That's why I liked you not being a traitor, so that you had a little more room to work, Rachel.
Yeah. Okay.
All right. So, Rachel, you're happy that there's 10 newbies because they're nobodies and they're easy to manipulate. And there's 9 and Michael Elizabeth.
Well, there's 8 because Andy believes that she won't be manipulated by any of them.
Right.
Until she cries at the first round table.
Oh
yes. Well, I loved Andy's line because Andy said we were just people.
Yeah.
So,
that's not true.
I mean, we are reality stars, so
I know we're so much more than people.
We're so much just people.
Jeez, I mean, there's a reason we've been on shows before and you haven't, Andy. Shots fired.
No, I do like how they edit these things together, though. It's like me talking about I'm going to manipulate these people, and then Andy's like, no, I don't even care. I feel like Andy should have just been like, I've never watched Big Brother. I don't even know who that person is. Because that's like the real life story. Like Andy never watched Big Brother.
I don't think Andy watches much. I feel like Andy's like, give me a good podcast and I'm on my way.
Andy definitely does love podcasts. We did talk about that. But I don't know. I feel like I can't remember if Andy I'll have to ask them. I'll ask them if they enjoy listening to like watching reality TV or listening to podcasts. That'll be my homework for the next episode.
Oh, what's the one? The Murder Reno podcast. They're all about that.
Ooh, that's probably true. That would be.
I can't remember. It's the two girls. I got their book. I can't remember the name because I haven't listened to it in a while. So that or
my husband's really into those murder podcasts.
Yeah. What's the other one? I just started. Morbid. Guarantee they listen to Morbid. Anyway, I will get a message. I do not.
Like, yeah, I will ask them.
Well, while Reza's talking with Andy though about like all the structural differences of the castle, I more appreciate Michael's interpretation of the castle. It's just, man, you can put 742 of my houses in this castle.
I know.
Michael.
That was so great. Yeah, Michael's such a character.
Is a breath of fresh air.
Honestly, I think
it's
really
needed.
We haven't seen him this like character of Michael in a few years, right?
This is Big Tom.
Yeah, Big Tom. Wait, who's Big Tom?
Big Tom from Survivor, the goat farmer,
or like a Donathan almost, like that like brand.
Donathan.
You got the Southern twang. Yeah. You got it's like sort of beat of his own drum, and then like him trying to learn how everyone else reacts to things.
Yeah,
that's great. Yeah, I mean, like if Michael's on this show 15 years ago, he's just like, why is the host wearing a skirt? So, then that would be oh yeah, Roddy Piper, probably a wrestling fan. Yes. Okay. So I see it first comment right here for me. Rachel, you're looking under stuff. I like because this is kind of like a whodunit. Like you're playing Clue.
Right.
Look under some stuff. I mean, you got Ryan Lochte like trying to open
I know
hidden doors.
I find the binoculars. I'm looking through the binoculars. I'm looking under objects to find things. I kept thinking like there's got to be a clue somewhere, you know, and I had just gotten done playing Snake, so I was just convinced that they were going to give us clues.
Yeah. Did they do clues on the UK version, Alex, around the house or no?
No, there was only clues in the sense of challenges that are done that may have items within the house.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
So, I feel like these guys are learning on the job, and I feel like a season 2 they would be like, you know, it makes sense, some clues because this is kind of a murder mystery.
Something to like point to it, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And you know, we filmed our US one before they filmed the UK one.
Mm.
Okay, yeah, because I know all the versions, like the US, UK, and Australia, all use the same castle, all same settings.
Alan Cumming's house.
Yes, all Alan Cumming's house.
Yes.
Almost all the same challenges, but you guys are already doing it in a different order than the UK did. The Buried Alive in episode 2 was like late in the season. And it's also why I know some things that Johnny doesn't know yet. So I can't wait for him to find out.
Ooh, I love not knowing. Oh, I hate not knowing things.
No,
yeah, I think the Australia one filmed right before we filmed, and then filmed, and then the UK filmed.
Yeah.
So.
It's like the Circle. They use that same apartment building for every country's version of the Circle.
Yeah, is that a hotel or an apartment?
I was under the impression it was like an apartment building.
Yeah, that was my impression.
Yeah. So, but now I mean, like every country's doing their version of the Circle,
and they always have that same shot, like of the Circle. Yeah.
So, Kate from Below Deck.
Oh my God!
I have never seen Below Deck. I feel like now I need to just for Kate. She is somehow related to Sherlock Holmes, and I'm guessing she's not related to Sherlock Holmes.
I'm guessing she's not related.
But I think she knows how to steal a confessional.
Agreed.
Oh,
yeah.
She and Brandy together was just like them like having confessionals back to back of each other. Like they're snippy. They're so like their confessionals are so biting. It's so fun to see this like side of things because you have so many people that are like a Cody, like a lot more calmer, like trying to be more diplomatic in their approach, and then you just have Kate like I hate this person.
Yeah. Or you have a Michael who's fanboying, where you have Brandy and Kate. It's just like, my manager signed me up for this. I have no idea what this is. This is stupid. I hate it. I want to leave.
Yeah.
How long do I have to stay before I get paid?
Yeah.
And can I get the winner share of payment? How does that work?
And can I quit and still get paid? I think that's what they were trying to figure out the whole time.
Winner share.
Yeah.
Can I quit and get the winner share? How does that? So Brandy, the detective that she is, she found the Grey Goose.
Yeah.
I'm guessing there wasn't Grey Goose available, and production had Grey Goose that she stole.
I have no idea where she found that, because
her suitcase.
Probably. Because we had scoured that bar. We all wanted some we were like, oh, we're gonna walk in, they're gonna have champagne waiting for us. In our brains, we really overestimated the alcohol situation.
Well, it's a castle.
Right. It's a castle. You think in your head, there's going to be someone walking around with a champagne glass. Why wouldn't there be? I bet
they didn't think about it.
Maybe they thought if they gave us too much alcohol, there would be a lot more problems.
Yeah, but they still should have had some. I mean, you want people loose, number one. And you want people to, you want someone to say something they shouldn't.
I mean, I would think you would want someone to say something they shouldn't especially if we're all hanging around the castle and we're drinking and we're like, I know you're a traitor. We're just talking, having a good time. Then it's more easy to open up. But when you are just on guard and you're keeping your feelings in, I agree. I think it would have probably given more opportunities for that to happen.
Yeah, and I think that's probably why they don't do it, because I've seen in other games, and I've seen mole games and all that, where people that are the mole or people that are the traitors, they're not gonna drink, right? And that's almost a tell for people to be like, oh, why aren't they drinking? Why aren't they loosening up? They're trying to hide something. So then you sort of have to forebode that for everybody.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Oh, there we go. So Kyle's from Summer House, number one. Never heard of Kyle. More importantly, I've never heard of Summer House.
But he's not just a D-bag.
No, and Summer House.
You know what? That part I'm not positive on.
Whoever has to start a phrase with "I'm not just a D-bag."
Yes. I think he might just be a D-bag.
No,
I'm liking him so far.
Kyle is great. You know what's? He's also on Winter House, so he has summer.
No, get out of here! I heard his cousin has a pilot he's shooting. It's called Spring House. So.
Autumn House.
We do tease him about that. Why is there not Spring and Autumn House?
You know what? When Kyle becomes my favorite person from the show, even over you, Rachel, I'm going to be very upset with myself.
Right? And well, if you watched his Summer House show, then I think you would totally be totally fan guying over him, because he is oh no, I promise, he's so good. Summer House, he's so good. He has a liquor brand, and he has a drink, his own drink company, and I'm really a fan of Kyle now.
Where is Summer House air?
Bravo.
Yeah, it's a Bravo show.
Okay.
Bravo.
Oh, he's part of the Bravo Alliance.
Yes, he's part of.
Apparently not, though.
Apparently not. Exactly.
No, it's Brandy, Kate, and Reza.
Yeah, that.
You think it was just Brandy, Kate, and Reza?
Well, that's what the show told us.
That's true.
Yes.
Because I was under the impression it was Brandy, Kate, and Reza and Kyle. I was under the impression he was in it with them.
Oh, it's like the Bocce Alliance.
Yeah, I definitely thought he was in that alliance with them.
Okay.
Gotcha.
Is there I don't want anything spoilery going forward, but going in, kind of looking around, is there a us versus them, reality stars versus non-reality stars deal?
I mean, I tried to make that happen.
Okay. Yeah.
But it was never going to happen. No, I thought in my head that it would be smart for us to work with them, with the non-reality stars, because I thought that it would be, I did think it would be easier to manipulate them, but I thought we could use that to our advantage to figure out and suss out, get information, obviously I thought that there would be the sides, right? So I thought maybe if Michael would pick up information for us, that it would help, but it didn't really work out like that. I tried to make it happen, but it didn't happen.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
Apparently I'm not very good at being manipulative.
Oh, well, maybe it's me. Maybe it's good that you weren't the traitor.
Yeah.
All right. Cody is downplaying his abilities. That is every show you've ever been on. Christian served our nation's military, but he won't tell anybody. I know someone that did the opposite. We're not naming names.
Don't restart that.
I am not. I love that person, and I am not calling them out. So, but
Country burger.
Stop it. All right. This show was made for Suri. She wants to be a traitor so bad. Well, guess what? Click your heels together, Suri. It's going to happen.
Yeah.
All right. So at this point, I'm looking around. Did they outfit you guys, or did you bring your own clothes?
Well, so we submitted what we wanted to wear to them, but we did have like a wardrobe person with like extra jackets and things like that. So
Michael Davidson did not own a sport coat prior to the show.
Wait, who? Oh, Michael. Yeah, maybe. I think he might have got one for the show. He might have gotten one for the show.
All right. Does Marshall sell corduroy sport coats or TJ Maxx or where? Ross for less. Sorry, Ross for less.
He did get. I think he probably got one, but he might have gotten it off the internet. You can do that now, Johnny.
There's no way this guy knows how to work the internet.
We'll find.
I cannot wait for him to be on here with us tomorrow.
He plugged that he's on tomorrow night with us. We're not doing a podcast tomorrow night.
No, I said tomorrow. Oh, he plugged it to us tomorrow night?
Yeah.
Oh, no.
It's night somewhere.
Oh, bless.
5 o'clock somewhere, brother. Oh, my God. Michael Elizabeth Davis III.
You're going to love him.
I already do.
Yeah.
All right. So Alan Cumming walks around the room, I don't know, 18 times until everyone is dizzy and paranoid.
It was so many times. Had to have been an hour.
Oh, I love that it's like the first time around you have Christian already like mouthing the words like fuck.
Yeah,
get tapped. From there, you're just like, oh God.
Christian was so excited. He was so excited.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
And I guarantee he gasped when he was touched. So whoever was sitting beside him knew.
Yeah, probably. He probably did.
Yeah, there's no way he didn't gasp.
Yeah.
So, or probably kick the person beside him. Just like,
and like high five them.
Yeah, I'm a faithful.
Yeah, I'm not a Christian fan, but we'll get there. All right, so our traitors are Suri, thank God, military guy Christian, and Cody. And these are 3 good picks by Alan. So are we allowed to call production Alan formally for the rest of the season? Is that?
Yeah. Unless it's something bad, because I don't want to affiliate Alan with something bad.
Right. Good
Okay.
point. Good point.
All right. So yes. So for those of you that do not remember, on Suri's first season of Survivor, which would be was that Exile Island?
Yes.
Yeah.
When one of Suri's first confessionals, she explains that she is a gangster in an Oprah suit.
Yes.
That was like her first confessional.
The best way to describe herself. That is great. Yeah, she is.
A lot of people don't remember that.
That is great.
And you sleep on that and you're wrong.
And some people do remember that and still sleep on it.
Yeah.
Because they're just like, but she's so likable.
Yeah, there's no way.
That's the problem. She's so likable.
Yeah, she'll pass a joint and drink Hennessy with you at the after party.
Literally, right? And then you think the whole time, like, oh, even if it was Suri, that's okay.
Yeah, it's fine. It's Suri.
It's Suri. Yeah.
Suri is one of the there's a moment coming up that I lose my mind. I'm so happy. So because I don't feel that we got the end of that sentence, but we'll get there. All right. So Stephanie is positive it's Geraldine. And I'm like, ooh, Stephanie's not good at this game, but she's not that great at Survivor either.
No.
I love you, Stephanie. Just saying. Kate loves judging people. I'm like, I love Kate.
Yep.
At this point, Brandy's positive it's Stephanie. I'm just like, Brandy, you will get much better at this game really quickly.
Yeah.
Ryan Lochte would have been a bad traitor. He would rather find the hidden door. And I'm not so sure that day 3 that he's aware that the show has begun filming.
Agreed. I'm not sure that like the whole time. I don't think he understands the show.
Like,
He definitely doesn't understand the rules.
He spent the whole day, like it was not exaggerating. He really spent the whole day looking for a hidden door.
I'm sure. And I also believe that like when it comes time to vote, like he has no idea what that's all about or what the consequences are. And he just looks like, so if you really want to get rid of someone and you're one vote away, sit beside Lockie and just like tilt your board and he'll be like, oh. And like he is cheating off your homework.
He probably would have been okay with doing that. I think for the most part, he just wanted to vote with what everyone else was doing. So, yeah,
that sounds right.
It's just, but I will say, surprisingly, he was really good at the second challenge. Whenever we get to that, I will tell you, he was really good at that second challenge. He had a lot of the clues. He could figure out the clues really quickly.
Yeah, and that's the only reason why you're keeping him, because, like, in my mind, if I'm a traitor, he's an early person I would kill, just because, like, you have to remove people that people are already know, like, there's no possible way in the world that they will ever be a traitor.
Right.
And that's him.
Yes.
Right.
Yeah. So, well, he has amazing shoes. Shout out to Riddick Shoes that make the Lockie shoe and have shoes for Jonny Fairplay.
Yeah. Okay. That you have your own shoe line?
No, I have shoes from Riddick.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So get yours. Follow Riddick Shoes on Instagram. So they're very nice. All right. So Andy is analytical. All right. Rachel, you know immediately that Cody's a traitor, and it's now time for your first mission. And hop into these sweet rides for your first mission.
They were awesome, you guys. These were like the most epic Land Rovers. Okay, they were really like the ones that the Queen rides in. Like they were really nice Land Rovers.
They were sweet rides, but how cool is it that Alan Cumming knows that like he's not like, you know, getting to like Land Rover or sponsor, you know, what, like he's not lame about it. He's just like, dude, check it out, sweet rides.
Yeah, it's not a sponsor. It's just get in this cool car.
And Alan Cumming's just like, he's saying sweet ride. This is a sweet ride.
It is, right? I know. I'm telling you, Alan Cumming's the best. Like, honestly, you can't get better than him.
I think it's a brilliant, like, I mean, I think you were great casting. I think Sari was great casting. Michael is great casting. Alan Cumming, maybe the best. But who knows? He might poop the bed coming up. You never know.
No, never.
Okay.
Not
so the first mission is ignite the Scottish monster. What's ignite the Scottish monster, Alex? And I'm not referring to what I tell my girlfriend every night at 1 a.m.
Oh my god.
Well, okay, so you're splitting the two teams.
Why does Johnny have these dad jokes?
What?
That's half the content.
Oh my god. Remember when Johnny was good?
Yeah. Or no, they're like the inappropriate uncle jokes. That's what it really is. Or like your uncomfortable older parent jokes.
He takes all of his notes, and you know, every 17 lines it's insert dick joke here.
I do.
Literally.
My notes have
how else are we
there's one. I insert the dick joke. Get it?
Yeah. How else are we going to transition to a Manscaped ad eventually?
Yeah, I know. Flowing in fruit.
But anyway,
make yours a lime and not a coconut. Shave it with Manscaped. Promo code Survivor.
Love it when we do that. So you're in two teams. Within those two teams, you are in a team of 4 and a team of 6. The team of 4 are in a boat. They go to Fergus to get the light their torch and row back, while the other group is getting all their colored rope, putting it together, getting the primer. You need it primed and tied together to light up your massive beast.
Yes. So, and if you're wondering how to break up into teams, don't worry. Christian will yell at you prior to Reza yelling at you.
He actually did too. It was so weird. So many towels.
So many towels. Did you pick up on that tell that I'm getting screamed at by this 20-year-old?
No, I know. I don't know how I didn't pick up on these things. I was so distracted by Kate. Like,
I feel you were distracted by not knowing what's going on, just like the viewer at this point.
Yeah,
I don't think like not only did they not do an awesome job of telling the viewer, but still not banging you over the head, being like, "Hey, aren't you all stupid? We're not all stupid, but we'd like a little more information." I feel like you guys were in the exact same spot as us.
Oh, to why we had teams.
Like, what do we? Why? What are we? Don't worry, it all makes sense later. Will it?
Yeah, I think we're just like so like laser focused on winning the competitions that we didn't even think about it. We're just like, we're gonna win. I don't care if we're in two teams. Like, what's the point of two teams? I don't know. Like, we didn't want to help each other because like for some reason we're in two teams. So
yeah,
you know.
I don't know. Quentin seems fun. Not a lot of airtime, but what he gets, I feel he's taking advantage of thus far. Kate is there to hold the flame. She enjoys doing nothing. I like her.
Yeah. I'm used to bigger boats, but you should have to do more work on those.
Yes. Kate, very jealous that she wasn't buried alive. The only person.
I could be sleeping right now.
Kate would not be responding to the walkie-talkie clue.
No.
They're like, we called Clayton. We called Kate, and she just didn't pick up.
Yeah.
Where do we go? I don't know. I'm really trying to rest one off right now. Brandy found a second bottle of Grey Goose that production is not aware of. Neither is Alan, who is also production.
Brandy was also great here, where they're like Ray's is yelling at her to light it. She's like, I do it on my own time.
Yeah. So, Reza's yelling a lot. Green is lit, banks 20K. Blue lights with 1 second left, not 2. 1 second left. I'm calling shenanigans, but I'm okay. It's good TV. And Rachel is so excited. And at this point, I can tell production, or not Alan, but production. Alan has no idea who she is at this point, but production likes you as a narrator.
Oh, me?
Yeah.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
Wait, why can you tell that?
It's obvious.
Oh, okay.
Okay. I'm sorry.
No,
please,
it's Ezra, obviously.
Please tell me your favorite confessionals from Angelica at this point.
Yeah, good point.
I will say that's one thing the UK did better was, well, UK was all newbies, but you knew all their names by the end of the first episode.
Oh, no.
Where it was like, it's the end of the second episode, and I find out the girl's name is Azra. I'm like, because they keep having her talk.
Yeah.
But they never show her name. I'm like, okay.
I didn't even know there was an Azra.
Right?
Well, and I think in the UK version, don't they do interviews about why they want to be a traitor or not?
Yes.
Yeah, I thought I did like that. Because I thought, like, when we were doing our interviews, it was, like, private. And so I think if they would have, like, showed that, then you could have gotten, like, deeper into our minds, you know?
Yeah. Absolutely.
Kate has a list and suggestions on who should be murdered.
Yeah.
Keep it up, Kate.
See, I think the production like Kate as a narrator. That's what I was.
I think they like both of you for different reasons.
Yeah, true.
You are a good, like, trusted narrator.
Yes.
She's great for comedy.
Yeah, they cannot they're like, hey, Kate, we need you to say this. She's like, no. They're like, all right, we have a bottle of Grey Goose. If you say it, she's like, I have a bottle in my room. And they're like, all right, never mind. You'll run out. No, I won't. There's another bottle where that one came from.
Never ending supply.
Yeah. Just like she just keeps showing up in the same outfit. They're like, you had 3 suitcases. She goes, I know. I'm fully aware that I had 3 suitcases and 1 outfit. I did think it was funny. I think it was Reza that says that. He goes, Alan needs the traitors in the other room.
Yeah.
I know, that was a great quote. I thought that was funny.
And did Christian look?
Christian did look.
I'm
funny. He looked at Sari, another towel. Oh my God. Like that. It was like, what? And why did we not pick up on this? I don't know.
Oh my God.
I'm surprised they're as civil as they are in that room currently when they're like deciding who to murder. Because if I'm Sari, I'm like slapping it both ways. Just like, dude,
like, Christian,
stop.
I know. Literally, right? Like, listen to us. You've literally never played on a reality show ever. Like, what are you doing? Like,
yeah.
I understand him, but
I would I would say like who are like right at this point, I would be like, all right, so we're in agreement on Rez or whatever, and then they go and like Suri writes down Christian. And like, are we cool with this? And they're like, and Christian's like, yeah, you wrote it down, right? She's like, I sure did.
Oh man, that was great.
Slip the envelope underneath. It's like, oh, thank goodness. Give me a reality star, not one of these 10 nobodies. We'll take Michael if we have to.
No, Michael as a traitor, he would have been great.
I don't know. Not out of the game. I feel that he could work his way into be like he's got some loosey-gooseys right now.
I love the loosey-gooseys though. That's what you want. You want a messy reality player. You don't want
I like that, but I don't want him like I don't think he could be worse. He's potentially worse than Christian at this point if he would have been a traitor.
Okay.
He is perfect where he like every second he is stealing and owning.
Yeah.
Oh, for sure.
Literally gaming for no reason in like the most odd situation.
Yes.
Hey, I got you out of this grave, Vote Geraldine.
I'm really trying to get oxygen right now. Yeah, shut up. Vote Geraldine.
I was waiting for him to say, like, if you don't agree to vote Geraldine, I'm putting you back in.
The ground. I'll bury you myself. But we're cool, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
All right. Let's see. Suri to Brandy was here we go. So Suri to Brandy, she goes, do you think I'm a traitor? And Brandy's like, no. To one another, they go to the traitor tomb. Is that what it's got? That was a little mumbled.
It was like Alan. Turret or something like that.
I think it's like a part of the castle. So I think makes sense.
Turret?
Something like that.
It's that circle part of the castle.
Okay, sure. So Suri says Christian is like a labradoodle. She does not mean this as a compliment. Mm-hmm. And Cody says Christian is a nightmare.
Cody's just like, Suri, yes.
Yeah.
No.
Yes. They're all in agreement that Michael is harmless. Okay, I agree. And the Bravo Alliance is dangerous. And then, boom, that's the end of the episode. And I'm like, all right, I'm cool. Especially streaming, I can live with not getting any kind of reveal of anything. Like, if I'm watching this weekly, episodically, I'm not happy with not knowing at least who the murder person. Like on Survivor, if I don't even like when because they do it on Australian Survivor, they're not so much in the US. When like Jeff is like, I'll collect the votes. In Australia, sometimes when they do, I'll collect the votes, they'll go to commercial. I'm like, we're not doing commercials, and I want to know who's voted out, and this has to happen at the end of the episode.
I'll say I think it fits though for this concept because like when you get into episode 2, like episode 2 is more of what like the normal structure is.
Right.
So you start off with the breakfast. The breakfast where you then realize who was murdered. You flash back to the reasonings why, and you see the person get the letter. You do the mission, you do the banishment, and then you get the traitors coming back together. And that's when like maybe you'll have a twist show up or have like them reconvene about like, oh, who should we murder next?
Yeah, but this really works in a streaming.
It works best in a stream.
The Circle uses a similar format.
Do you
but this is better.
That it's streamed every week? Do you like, or I mean, in all 10 episodes, do you like that it's streamed all 10?
I think batches like the Circle would have been better.
Yeah, I would have preferred 12 episodes, batches of 4.
Right, that's what I think too.
Yeah, that would have made because I'm
like I can't go on Twitter now.
Yeah, I'm fearing more than anything. I'm gonna find out something I don't want to. So just because I want to do a podcast after I watch.
Yeah, well, I feel like it's like people are definitely spoiling it, but it's not as much spoiling as I would have expected.
Well, that's good. Well, I'm not looking at any of Michael Davison's stories because at last check he had 240 stories in his Instagram.
But that's a normal day for him.
Okay, so this is my 3 pairs of shoes. I have 6 pairs of laces. Well, yeah, because it's 3. Y'all, Jesus, you don't have extra laces. Okay, with that, let's take a quick word from our sponsors.
All right.
Support for Reality After Show is brought to you by Manscaped, who is the best in men's below-the-waist grooming. Their products are precision-engineered tools for your family jewels. Manscaped's Performance Package, the ultimate men's hygiene bundle. Join over 6 million men worldwide who trust Manscaped with this exclusive offer for you. That's right, 20% off and free worldwide shipping with the code SURVIVOR at manscaped.com. If my math's correct, that's about 12 million balls.
The Performance Package 4.0 has arrived, and oh man, is it a game changer. Inside this package, you'll find their Lawnmower 4.0 trimmer, Weed Whacker, ear and nose hair trimmer, Crop Preserver ball deodorant, Crop Reviver toner, Performance boxer briefs, and a travel bag to hold your goodies.
First off, the Lawnmower 4.0, this trimmer is the future of grooming, and dare I say, the greatest ball trimmer ever.
Their 4th generation trimmer features a cutting-edge ceramic blade to help reduce grooming accidents thanks to their advanced skin-safe technology. The Lawnmower 4.0 is waterproof and has a 4000K LED spotlight that you need for a more precise shave.
Now, I have a dark shower curtain in my bathroom, and I've been looking for the perfect way to shave in the dark, kinda. Guess what? I found it! 4000K LED! No longer a problem. I got perfectly smooth, clean balls thanks to the Lawnmower 4.0.
It's time to take care of yourself, so go to manscaped.com and get 20% off and free shipping with the code SURVIVOR. That's 20% off and free shipping at manscaped.com and use the code SURVIVOR. Unlock your confidence and always use the right tools for the job with Manscaped. Thanks for sticking with us through the ad break. And don't forget, for more exclusive Reality After Show coverage, visit realitypatron.com. That's reality, Patron.com.
All right, and we are back. Realitypatron.com. So the initial plan was we're going to have the first 2 episodes available for free for everybody here on the free side. And then all the rest of them would be a patron-only exclusive. But then we got Michael Elizabeth Davidson, Esquire, the third, for episodes 3 and 4. And I'm just like, I feel it would be a crime against humanity if I didn't share Michael with the world. Yes, and so as a result, episodes 3 and 4 will be on the free side. I'm not sure about 5 and 6 and the rest. They might be patron-only. Once again, the best way to support the podcast is to go to realitypatron.com. If enough of you do it, then I'll just make it for free. Like, come on, support the podcast. That's how you support the podcast. Go to realitypatron.com. Join for 1 month. If you don't like it, I'll send your money back. All right, episode 2, Buried Alive. All right. Let's see. So we go to breakfast, and it appears as though it is the Bravo Alliance, not counting Summerhouse. They are the only options. Kate, Brandy, and Reza. And first one to breakfast that we see of the 3 is Brandy. She's safe. She has no idea what's going on. Nothing makes sense to her. And then we learn that the strategy, I think it's at this point where I really realize what is going on with these missions. You want to keep the strong people there so that you can win money. And I'm just like, okay, so strong can be both physically and mentally, because I'm sure some of these are going to be like, puzzles and stuff, because that's how reality competition shows are typically based, whereas, Survivor, some of the early stuff is physical, and then it gets more mental the more you go. So, and, or just mixing it up along the way. So I feel that, while Christian, screams at people, he is strong, Rachel's smart, and so she is strong as well. So I am learning. I think it really takes me to the beginning of episode 2 that I understand how the missions work.
Yeah, I think I would agree that once you figure out that, like, you do want people to stay in that can win the money, because even a faithful wants people that will win and work. Like,
yeah,
I don't want someone that's just going to be dead weight to like pull the team down and not win the money.
Yeah, but I didn't get that until now, because they really, really did not explain it.
Yeah, I mean, but they didn't have time. There's so much to do that first episode,
and I feel like it's open ended because it all depends on what the traitors want to do.
Yeah, maybe they don't.
It's not the traitors' obligation to be like, oh, we're only gonna remove the weak people,
right?
Because they might see a strong person who is benefiting, but they're catching on.
Yeah.
So they need to go, and then we'll just figure it out.
Right. That makes sense. Yeah.
So at this point, we see Brandy is very observant, even hungover, and good for you.
Is she observant, or is she just very pissed off at Christian?
I think she's just pissed off at she's pissed off at her manager.
Like Christian, I thought that too, because I was like, I think it's not just that she's like very observant on Christian. The Suri thing, I don't know how she did that, because like I would not have picked up on the Suri clues, but Christian, I think she just doesn't like him, so she just doesn't care. She just wants him gone. She thinks he's a traitor. He's annoying to her,
Oh, well.
Brandy also thought Michael was a traitor.
Yes. Okay. Christian. Rugby shirt. I'm sorry. Did rugby shirts come back and no one told me? Because I'm pretty sure 1991 were the last time they were cool.
Yeah. Did you see his pants too?
Oh, no. Well, I should have, because not only was he wearing a rugby shirt, he had it tucked in.
Well, and you know what? I always would ask him, I was like, is this like your outfit? And he would be like, oh yeah, I just live in the van. So I have like all these crazy things that like I just find at Goodwill. And I was like, oh, okay, I guess that makes sense. See, I'm too gullible. The problem.
What's gullible about that? I mean, like that.
I believe that.
I believe that.
Yeah.
But it's like, okay. I know there's people watching and or listening to this podcast right now going, hey, I got a rugby shirt. Take it to Goodwill. Let Christian get another shirt.
Yeah.
It is literally like the last time it was cool, 91, if that, maybe earlier. And it's not coming. It's not one of those like, ooh, it's due. It's not. Get rid of it.
Yeah.
So, and if you do, if you're just like, okay, I just wear it around the house, even if you wear it around the house, don't tuck it in. Oh my God. Like I had like Mike Seaver vibes. Remember Growing Pains? Mike Seaver used to tuck in his sweaters. I'm like, who tucks in their sweater?
Maybe that's what Christian watches in the van.
Oh, I'm sure he watches current Mike Kurt Cameron in his van. Where was Christian January 6th? Can we get confirmation on this? I'm talking this year. I don't want. It's like 3 days ago. Relax, people. All right, the next group of people is one of the last, and Kate comes in to a raucous applause because they understand that Rezzo's murdered, and Kate's just like, yeah, of course I got the applause. It's me.
No.
Completely oblivious to anything. She's like, yeah, I know. It's me, Kate. I was on Below Deck or whatever show I was on, but my manager signed me up for this, and I hate it.
Well, how about like every single time they reference her, it's always that same like cue up of her like in the bubble bath.
Bathtub every single time.
Yeah. Every single time, Kate.
Below Deck in the bathtub blowing bubbles. Like I don't get it either. Also, like I want to know when they filmed her in a bathtub blowing bubbles, because like they had to have like she had to have thought of that, right? I mean, that is not, I don't think that that's like a production or an Alan thing. Like I think that's a Kate thing. Like she must have been like, it'd be great if you guys got a clip of me like in the bathtub like blowing bubbles. Like I mean, she had to have thought of that.
How did I miss this blowing bubbles thing?
It's on there like
it's like
countless
literally
times.
on every 10 seconds.
Johnny's about to like scream through
it.
Right.
Who's this Bubbles guy? Who's this Bubbles guy you're mentioning?
Yeah, no, like it's like it was. I mean, it's genius. It's like such a great like cue up, but like I just don't understand how or when that happened, because like it had to have been like a very conscious decision, right?
Was there a bathtub in the castle?
I don't know. I didn't have one.
Okay, so do you guys have windows in your rooms?
We do.
So are all the windows facing the opposite direction of where the traitors walk, or is that why the traitors wear cloaks? And if that is the case, couldn't you figure out who the people are in the cloaks?
That's what I would have thought. I thought too, but I can't remember a time when I tried to stay up to look. I tried to like spy out my window for hours.
Did you pocket the binoculars?
I mean, I did not, but I had my own pair of binoculars that I had brought.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I did. I brought binoculars. I brought a magnifying glass, and I brought like, what else did I bring? I brought a compass. I don't know why. I brought like one of those rulers with the like magnifying glasses in it. I brought everything. I brought my whole bag of my Rachel Reilly like reality show like bag, and if they let me sneak this on through production somehow, I always bring it with me.
Wow.
And my binoculars were in there.
All right.
So I tried to, but we could never. It was never like I don't know where, if they pulled them aside, if it was during interviews, like, you know, nobody really knows, because we would leave individually.
All right. So please tell me you get this reference. All right. So I'm filming Survivor fans versus favorites, and I'm on the beach. I'm talking to Ozzy, and Ozzy goes, why would you want to win Survivor? And I'm just like, I got a kid coming, man. Like, they're expensive. He's like, yeah, I hear that. And I was like, all right, well, it's true. They cost money. And I was like, what? Why? I mean, you brought this up obviously because you want me to ask you, Ozzy, why do you want to win Survivor? He goes, oh, I'm glad you asked. He goes, so I want to open up a factory in Mexico, and I want to make these knives, right? But these aren't normal knives. So in these knives, like you unscrew the back of the knife and you put like waterproof matches in there, and I was like a Rambo knife.
Yeah, like a survival kit.
And he was like, what's a Rambo knife?
Oh, he didn't know Rambo?
Had no idea what a Rambo knife was. And I got there and just like, I'm like, yeah, it's like a big knife, and then you unscrew the back and you have like waterproof mat, and he's just like, no, are you serious? I was like, yeah, and the part that screws is a compass. He goes, that's ingenious. A compass on the end. And I was just like, yeah, they've already made it. He goes, I don't know what I'd use the money on then. Screen shattered. I'm just like, well, I'm sure there's a bunch of Rambo knives sitting around somewhere. You just need a box company, and you just put Ozzy knives in the box. You don't even have to make the knives.
Literally, I mean, Ozzy, that season was great, John.
Ingenious. A compass. Where do you think of these things? Fairplay. I heard you were a smart Survivor player. I don't know. I called 1988. I don't know.
Well, speaking of other smart people, I did love Ryan Lochte of all people. Like, I would have never guessed that these would be the two people. And I'm just like, in my notes, like, I don't think you could list two people that are on the show. Like,
no.
It's like, could you say who they are? Well, there's me. So that's one.
Jonathan. Is that someone? Steven? Is there a Steven? It's Steven's the traitor. I can see Lucky. Hey, I'm writing down Steven tonight. What about you?
No, the producer goes like, well, there's a Michael Phelps. Phelps is here. Damn it.
Ryan was so good at that. I'm telling you, he was so good at finding out those clues. He was the first one in our first clue. Like, it was something in a rabbit or something. And he was like, it's a hair, like the hair. He was like, it's a rabbit. And we were like, no, because, you know, it's Ryan. And so, and then,
no.
Yeah, we were finally like, oh, yeah, you're right. There's some times when I should have not taken the lead, but I thought I needed to.
Yeah. So Reza was murdered. He was a threat. And then Alan Cumming does not care. He's just like,
I know. Oh my gosh.
I don't know him from Adam.
Yeah.
Yep.
I was just like, this is the perfect host.
Yeah. Perfect.
Yes.
And then I loved his quote. I think it was on the first episode, something about the mourning period has ended. It was like a minute afterwards. Was that or the second episode? Maybe it was a different episode. Anyways, he's got some great quotes.
He does. So we show Reza getting this letter, and he's just like, obviously I was murdered because I was a threat, and I'm pretty sure that Michael's a traitor. I'm just like, okay, well, you weren't that big a threat, and you're not good at the game.
Well, the game it's just so hard, like,
especially at the gate.
Yeah,
like you want you played it perfect. Like you were just like, hey, if anyone wants to listen to me, I'm available, but I'm not saying Rachel's way or the highway.
Literally. That was the thing.
Yeah. So, which is smart at this point. So,
right,
later, you can change all that.
100%, but the very beginning, you kind of almost have to just be like, not saying anything. Like, speak up enough, but not say anything. Because you don't want to be banished. You don't want to be murdered.
Yeah.
You want to just you don't want to be on a radar, but you don't want to have people not know who you are.
Yeah, because if they don't know, it's just like, oh, well, I mean, you would think I would know more about Rachel Reilly of all people.
Yeah, literally, right?
So yes. So Geraldine vocalizes at breakfast that Michael's potentially a traitor, and then we learn that there's the banishing at the round table. Christian, of course, is putting it on way too thick that he thinks Geraldine is the traitor, and Brandy is onto him like stink on poop.
It was the Christian another tell. That was another tell. I don't know how we didn't see it.
Yeah. Well, Brandy did.
This is why they picked him. They picked Christian because they knew they didn't want a perfect.
He would be horrible.
Right.
They wanted someone who would be exposed.
Yeah.
They wanted two good reality people and a nobody that would be exposed.
Right. But there's nobodies that could pull it off better. I'm sure there's someone in that group of newbies in this cast that would have been able to be under the radar, say enough but not too much. Whereas you have Christian who's just doing what you absolutely shouldn't do, is I'm gonna lead the discussion.
Yes.
But then also say I'm not leading the discussion.
Yes. Potentially Andy. I mean, I had a lot more confidence in Andy at the beginning of the show than I did, when she's crying or when they are crying at the round table. I get it, but it's Andy, you're better than that. Don't cry over potentially Michael and or Geraldine.
I thought it was the hardest was that first one for them. I think that's what it was. I think everyone, but not just Andy, but as a collective whole of all the newbies, that first roundtable really shook them.
Yeah.
They were not expecting it for some reason because they all watch reality TV.
Yeah. So, yeah, well, all it takes is one round table to learn very quickly from Kate and Brandy. This happens every time, so shut up.
Yeah.
No one's got time for your tears here. Well, where's the alcohol? And if not, I know where my hidden ball of Grey Goose is. Suitcase number 4.
Yeah.
That's right, I had a carry-on. Shut up, production.
I can't wait
not going along with any of your confessionals.
That was great.
Yes. So it's right here where we get the red X over Reza, and I'm just like, ooh, I love the red X over people's
I know.
faces. That's ruthless. So we see a Peacock outside to remind us that this is streaming on the Peacock network, and you don't have to watch weekly on Bravo like lame people that can't pay $3 a month. Isn't Peacock $3 a month? It's the cheapest streaming service.
It's definitely the cheapest.
Maybe $4.99. I think.
I don't even think.
I think it's $4.99 with ads, and the ads it's very manageable. It's 40 seconds.
Literally, it's the quickest ads, and most of the content on Peacock is free.
Yeah, and they have promo codes that you get the entire year for $15.
Yes. Yeah.
So, yeah.
And if you have Comcast, it's free.
It's free on Xfinity. That's right. 100% free. I'm paying 99 cents a month because they had a deal running over the holidays where it was 99 cents a month for a year.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
So
I missed that.
Yeah. One of those Black Friday deals.
Oh, there we go. Next time. All right. So Amanda, who we just see for the first time, she works in the ER, and her BS radar is going off big time on Michael. And I'm just like, oh,
I didn't know that we had Scooby-Doo on the cast. I'm going to sniff out the traitors.
Okay. Well, I don't want Amanda saving my life when her BS radar is garbage.
Oh Oh, I love Amanda. It's funny because I feel like she had good reads. Like you didn't see it, but Michael and I did talk a lot, and she did have good reads. It was just like sometimes it was real off.
And those are the ones they show.
Yeah.
So don't say those bad reads out loud. Only say the good ones.
Mm-hmm.
So Alan Cumming says, "Hey, I need 6 volunteers," and most of the newbies go, "Hey, how about me? I'm stupid." And then the guy from The Bachelor goes, "I'm just as stupid as newbies."
and then you get Summer House.
Yes.
Oh, Summer House, because it's not a part of the alliance at this point. And then we have Stephanie LaGrossa, who's not very good at Survivor, going, "Hey, I love claustrophobia."
Yeah. So so this was like a later challenge in the UK, and when I saw them do it, I'm like, oh wow, they are going to hate this.
Yeah.
Yeah. So my girlfriend, I showed her the trailer this morning because I was just like, "Hey, you remember you met Rachel at Hearts Reality?" And she's like, "Yes, I love Rachel." I'm just like, "Here's the show that she's on." She's like, "Oh, so she goes, this looks awesome." And then they show the Buried Alive. She was like, "F that."
Yeah. I was not about to volunteer for that. I will tell you, they would have had to like put spiders down my pants to get me to literally like raise my hands because I was not gonna raise my hand.
Hold on.
I had an idea.
This is Jonny Fairplay at 1 a.m. with his girlfriend. Spiders down her
pants.
Thank you.
Creepy uncle joke.
I prefer a sexually active dad.
Older dad.
Oh, well, I don't like older. Is my Botox not working? I'm waking up at 7:40. I'm staying up until 2 a.m. watching the next 2 episodes, and I have an 8:45 Botox appointment tomorrow. Is it not working? Is that what you're saying?
No, it's not that you're older. It's the jokes, the creepy jokes that like you don't want to hear your parents say.
Oh, okay. All right. Apparently, I
you don't
adopted
know,
Rachel.
Like, your parents are like, those jokes.
Okay. I feel like the Botox isn't working.
The Botox is great. Listen, I need some Botox and espresso right now, so I'm feeling your life.
Okay. All right. So there's 6 volunteers. It's $5,000 for each teammate that you find. You got 40 minutes to find them. I love that like all these challenges are like you got 30 minutes, you got 40 minutes, you got 30 minutes. And I'm just like, what happened to 2 hours?
Right? Yeah, especially when you look at the challenge. You're just like,
yeah, these are like complicated challenges.
Yeah, I mean, and you guys like you're literally hurting cats.
Like, oh, I know, we're really bad.
I mean, like if this was 20 like professional reality stars, it would be just as bad, if not worse.
Yeah. Well, I will tell you.
At least you got 10 people. You could be like, "Hey, follow us. We know what we're doing." Do you? No.
I know. That's why I'm saying I was so bad at this challenge. I don't even think they show how bad I was. But our team, I think you kind of get a vibe that our team, even though we end up winning, we were so far behind because we're like one of the last teams. Well, I guess we're the second to last team to get there, but still. Like,
yeah. I like that it's so bad that you have Alan who is literally quote unquote hiding,
right? Going
over here.
I know.
Over here. It's like my 5-year-old when she's playing hide and seek, yes. but she's like, "I'm not hiding behind the tree."
Right, exactly.
Well, the UK person did it too. Like the UK was like very supportive. Like the host was very supportive of the cast, wants them to win the money.
Yeah.
So I also think
Alan cares.
Well, I don't think he cares, but I think it's more exciting if you have people actually there instead of just him like, "Let me make more faces to the camera."
Yeah.
No, for sure. It is more exciting if the people are there. But I think it's also Alan. I think he like is that love-hate thing with us. Like he's like, these people are so dumb. But like I think he like is amused by it.
Yeah. I could see amusement. And at the same time, he's just like, look, I get paid the same regardless. I would rather watch these idiots dig and come close and not get it than not dig.
Right. Or production is like, just bring them over here. Get them over here however you need to.
Yeah. So,
like, give them the clues. Like, I don't care at this point.
Yeah. I just appreciated that it was another, reality competition that Stephanie was on and her team lost again because sums up her entire reality career.
Recurring theme.
Poor Stephanie. Oh,
Stephanie, we love you. All right. Stephanie and Shelby are terrified. I didn't know Shelby had a name. Congrats. They are in a coffin and then buried with dirt. Okay. Whew.
that's intense.
I would have been panicking in there.
Me too.
I'm not doing it.
They did have a safe word, so I do know that. But besides this, like, and I'm surprised.
So does Jessica.
Oh my god.
She won't tell me what it is.
I mean, I'm starting to question what this show is. That they have blindfolds, you have safety words. It's like,
I guess if you don't want to, you were describing it, you're a little confused. But yeah, beasts are on fire. Yeah.
I did like the pagan beast
words, but nobody freaked out. Like, I think once I heard the actual dirt like being buried on top of my coffin, I think I would have actually not been okay.
Yeah, I think the dirt would have been because I think if they would have been like, hey, we're just don't worry about it, fair play. It's just like a couple inches. It's not a big deal. But like I've been like, okay, just close it and don't put the dirt. And they're like, we're just gonna tell me. No, just don't put the dirt and I'm fine. And then as soon as that first, I'm like, I'm out of here.
Oh, like, right. I feel like the same way. I think I would have not been okay with that because it's not just claustrophobia. At that point, you're like, oh my God, I'm actually buried alive. Like I'm actually in a wooden coffin underground with dirt on top of me. And like, do I actually even trust this production company that the coffin is not going to like cave in?
I mean, they it could be Avengers Infinity War. Like, boom, everyone there turns to dust. I can't get out because they're dust.
Yeah, like so anything.
Or there's a strike. I mean, it's just like, these people haven't paid. Like, what you call it? Kill reality. Like the crew left. Like on day 4. It's just like, hey, we didn't get paid. We're out of here. And just like, whoa, I'm in the dirt. Yeah, I don't trust anybody for anything like that.
No.
My main issue would just be like the oxygen limit. I'd be like, how quickly am I just like filtered air? And then I'm just like, okay, now I'm trapped in something I can't get out.
Alex using his brain over there.
To
reality people that don't trust people.
Well, I need the oxygen. Apparently, Brandy just wants to accuse Michael like it's oxygen. So we're keeping the theme here.
Good one.
All right. So yeah, Kate's jealous that she had to do something. Geraldine's not showing the map. She's obviously the traitor because that's how that works. Someone that takes the initiative to lead the other nobodies. Andy sent everyone in the wrong way by a mile. Obviously, she's the traitor, or they are the traitor, but that wasn't referenced. Angelica has never done anything in her life. She cuts hair. I guess there's nothing athletic about cutting hair. And she spells Angelica wrong. And I'm guessing we don't see her again until she's voted out. So your outfits for this challenge.
Yes.
Were you not aware that you would be doing physical activities?
Yeah, I was aware. I actually didn't know that this would be as physical as it was.
Yeah.
Because they did not tell us it was like an activity.
Because it's better if you're seeing like.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, I think someone talks about their shoes in the point, and like I was wearing like, I don't even remember what I was wearing, but I did not have on proper shoes either. Yeah. So, you know, and then we're like digging in the dirt. It was like no joke. It was not.
Well, I love that you're running with your little shovel, and I'm just like, what do you think your little shovel's gonna do?
It's gonna do anything. I know. And the whole time we're digging in the dirt, there's like multiple graves we have to dig through.
Yeah. Now, like honestly, like I would have like whether I was the traitor or not, I'm getting called the traitor because guaranteed I'm wearing a pair of Jordan 1s at this point. Guaranteed, because I'm just like, oh, it's second challenge. We're not really going to do anything. Not yet. So I want to look cool. So I'm wearing my Jordan 1s. I'm there. They're like, hey, there's some dirt. I'm like, not happening. I'm like, you think these are Jordan 1 Chicago's? They're not touching that dirt. They're like, you got to dig them out. I'm like, I don't have to.
Yeah.
Johnny's right there with Kate, who's just like, they finally get there, and Kate's like in leather pants or whatever. It's just like, oh, okay, I'm going to leisurely walk down here now.
Yeah. Kate was not about to start digging in the dirt with that shovel and like go.
No.
But Brandy was like in her like really nice plaid pashmina, and she was like about to get in that dirt. She was like,
because that's a commercial for pashmina.
Well, I think she got exactly what she wanted. She had someone try to hit her with a shovel.
Yeah, here's my out.
No, she's just like, lawyers.
Here's where I get my winter money.
Lawyers, I need a lawsuit ready.
Yeah.
No, they're both looking for their outs. So
and Christian was just like, that was another tell. He was just going like at it, digging every single grave up.
Yeah. So
how much time did you think you actually had? Because they make it look like, oh, you have 6 minutes, and I'm like 6 minutes to get nearly 5 people out. I'm like, is there not that much dirt?
Well, each team was supposed to get that many people.
Their own people.
Right, their own people, and there was a ton of dirt. So like it probably would have. I mean, I wasn't sure that we would be able to do it, but we like. I mean, we had like 4 dudes on our team, all like digging with those giant shovels in the dirt.
Not Rachel's little shovel.
Yeah, right. And I'm like, okay,
she's parading around.
And then I'm like, on the other side, he's kicking at the same time, he's like kicking it open. And we also had keys, which did not come into play, but we were supposed to unlock it with the keys. But the guys were just kicking that shit open. So like, they didn't even need to like use their keys.
Okay.
Yeah.
So Bam's out first, and then Summerhouse is out. He doesn't have a name yet. Then Shelby, and while Michael is selling Geraldine to everyone, then Amanda.
And Ari, like, he's still in the dirt. He's like, hey guys, I'm here. Like, are you guys gonna leave Ari like buried alive? Like, what's going on?
I feel like Michael felt he had enough votes. He didn't need to get Ari out.
Yeah, right.
I think it's just like, you know what? I'm good. Let's go to tribal.
Yeah, no more questions, Chef. It's time to vote.
It's time to vote. So yeah, Ari and Stephanie, too late for them. Blue team failed. I think. Man. I don't know. So on the ride, in your sweet ride, on the way back, you guys had cans of something with no labels. What was that?
Did we? Oh, probably water cans. They gave us water cans there for some reason.
Oh, just because they hate the environment and the world that we live in?
Hey, water cans are better than water bottles.
Are they?
Yeah.
I don't know. I did this girl that told me that you shouldn't even bother recycling because none of it matters. And this is like a recycler.
Oh. No, I think you're I think it's better for the aluminum cans are more easily recycled.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't know. But you can make Tom's shoes out of plastic bottles.
True. Maybe they were electrolyte drinks because we also had electrolyte drinks.
Okay. But
something's working because ozone's apparently is healing.
Yeah. Exactly.
Is it?
Apparently.
Oh, no one's told me. I don't know. So yeah. All right. Devin would hate this show. Devin would like some beers in those generic can. No label.
Well, we definitely wanted beers, but they were not providing us with alcohol.
So how often were you guys getting alcohol?
I mean, every night, but like, not all day, every day.
Okay, so just at night.
Yeah.
See, like on the challenge, like I think All Stars, they're getting booze like all day.
I think they have like a bar or something, right?
Yeah.
Well, yeah. What did you get more of, liquor and beer here or in the Big Brother house? Because we know the Big Brother house is very...
More on the Traitors, because the Big Brother house, they would give us like a 6-pack for 12 people. Like, What are you doing? Like, we definitely need more than 6 beers for 12 of us. So, yeah, no. Big Brother, they did not give any alcohol.
Well, I know the answer between Traitors and Snake in the Grass, because according to Malcolm...
I know.
You get so much alcohol that you...
I can't do this, brother.
I can't do this, but you're the snake. I don't care. Let's just make everyone 4 hours late for our start time. That's fine. And why do we not think it's Malcolm that's the snake in the grass? Because we're waiting on him, and the only way we can do this show is him? Okay, got it. Some people aren't good at shows. All right, so Brandy is in the car and she's like, "Yeah, I'm pretty sure the traitors are Suri, Christian, and Michael." And I'm just like, "Ooh, 2 out of 3 ain't bad."
But I do think overall Cody overreacts to Brandy saying Suri's name because like I felt like the way that Brandy said it was in a way that you could easily, or not easily, but at least it's not something to worry about. It's like, oh, I think my feeling is it's
There's plausible
Suri,
deniability,
but I don't want it to be.
Right, exactly.
Like the more important part was I don't want it to be.
Right.
Well, Suri.
I think it was more like Cody was just so paranoid and he wanted to start some drama because like it didn't make any sense because all he had to do was like not say that and then use that later on and like he could have used it to his advantage, you know?
Yeah. But well, I think it's always part of his objective. He said it straight from the get-go when he talked about Christian.
Yeah.
Anyone that's a personality, anyone who's a personality has to go, even though it's good TV.
Right.
It's not helping me win.
I am very against that.
Yeah, I am very against that too. I think, but that's Cody's like MO for games.
Yep.
He really likes people. Anyone that like is like a Cody like worshiper, he's on board with, you know, or if he can like control them. But then if they're big personalities or someone that's like a strong female that he can't tell, you know, what's up, he's not like wanting to keep them around.
Well, after watching All Stars, I can tell that he does not like good TV.
Right. Oh, he's
and like, and hey, props to him. He found his way to win. Like, it's not a knock on him. If it's a strategy to win.
Whoa. My good friend Enzo has got a big move coming up.
Oh God.
So you watch out. When he makes that big move, Cody's in trouble, and so are the Challenge USA people. I'm talking to you too, TJ Lavin.
Just don't involve water.
Yeah. Right. Oh.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm all about good TV. Like that's why I liked season 43 of Survivor. They kept all the heavy hitters to the end.
Yeah.
Like there were some dud early episodes. That's fine. People are still watching the early episodes because you have it's like it's a new show I'll watch. But you keep the heavy hitters at the end, they're still watching.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I'm about I look through the lens of production. I'm just like, let's make as great a television as we can.
Me too. I mean, that's why I came up with the phrase "Floaters Grab a Life Vest."
Yeah.
You know?
Get out of here.
Well, I'm just waiting to see when he tries to push an agenda and Suri suddenly is just like, about that. Because I want to see how he reacts when Suri it's like, no, child, sit down. It's time for it's time for the adults to play.
Yeah.
Oh, please, dear God, let her literally say, "Child, sit down." With no D on the end of child. Brandy is leading the Michael charge. Chris, it's time for the round table. Christian is shaking hands with everyone going in like a effing politician, and I'm just like, this guy is the worst traitor of all time, which possibly makes him the best traitor of all time.
Because he was so sloppy. I think it was true. Because he's so sloppy, and you know as for all his faults, he was very likable. Like I enjoyed his company because he was a little bit messy and crazy like I am. So like I enjoyed.
You're not You're not that messy. You're fun mess. You're methodically messy, I think.
Yeah.
There is nothing methodical about this idiot.
No, that's true. Okay.
So yes. So it's time. Lockie is not sure filming has begun. Of course. Cody starts the round table, and I'm just like, relax a little bit, brother. That's kind of traitory of you to start the discussion.
I think this worked though, just based off how you guys were all talking along the house. It was pretty clear who were the people being named. So being the person to be like, oh, let me just put the topic out there.
Let me like. I don't want to do this ever again, and it's so black and white that's Geraldine or Michael that I can do this one. It's be like, and the next time it's like, all right, someone else's time to start.
I was surprised it wasn't Christian just going, hey guys, it's Geraldine, and she's targeting Michael.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, honestly, that would be how Christian did, but that's also how Cody's like. How his like gameplay works, because he will do things where it's like, I'm doing this for everyone. It's for all of you, where you want to like say, oh, thanks, Cody. Like, I trust you. That's great. Thank you, bud. But then when you really like look on it, you're like, oh, that is something a traitor would do. Because none of us faithfuls are going to start the conversation because we're scared. It's the first roundtable.
And also there's fear of what idiot Christian would say to start. It's just like, let me preemptive measure. Him and his brother are two completely different people.
Cody and Paulie.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Holy moly. So I met Paulie for the first time at Hearts Reality.
Oh, okay.
And I was told to like going in, they're just like, oh my God, you're gonna hate him. He's the worst. Like,
really? I love Paulie.
Oh, I do too.
Yeah, I
had no idea.
Someone would say he's the worst.
Oh, plenty. I guess he's got some haters.
He has haters.
He definitely has his haters. But...
Yeah.
I mean, I have haters, and you can.
I have haters.
Yeah, you have to doing something right.
Right.
You have them right.
I love him.
Yeah. I mean, I do love some of my haters, but sometimes it gets very exhausting.
Oh no, I hate my haters. I love Paulie.
Oh, I love Paulie.
Yeah. Oh my God, like he is the much better California.
I agree.
He's the better TV for sure because he's also someone who's like very willing to be messy.
Yeah. Why would?
He's willing to like call people out, but not like do it for the good of the group or like, you know, he'll just say it. Like he's almost like a Kate, right? Where it's just like you don't know what's going to come out of his mouth. He's very unpredictable.
But he's more animated. I think he's better looking. He's just more fun. Like why wouldn't you like given the opportunity to cast either of them?
I know.
Why has Cody got a job?
Because Cody, I think, won Big Brother. I think so. It must have been like they were like, oh, let's get 2 Big Brother winners. You know, I don't know.
I don't know. I like Paulie. Like I said, I just met him, and I'm just like, this guy's gold.
Oh, I love Paulie. I think he's great too.
Yeah. All right. So, Michael awkwardly asked everyone to vote Geraldine.
You know what? I felt bad for him during this.
I felt bad for him during it.
Yeah, and he's just like, hey, I'm not singling her out, but she did call me out for having an altercation with Reza that I did not have.
Right.
And like, yes, the comments there, it's on the screen, but I don't think he registered it as like, oh, I have beef with Reza. It's just like, hey, this isn't the best thing. And then he continues working, not thinking of it.
Oh.
And I think also Michael wanted to have someone to take the heat off himself. I think he felt so paranoid that he was going to be the one on the chopping block.
Yeah. And he did have a little bit of an altercation with
He totally did. Yeah.
Right, but I'm saying like maybe he doesn't register it as that. It's like, okay,
I don't think he did register as that.
Oh,
he was just,
yeah.
Yeah, he was just he goes. I think internally you're right. Like he's just like, I have my voice, you have your voice. That was it.
Yeah,
and
we'll have to ask him tomorrow.
Right, and he brings up a point though that's like very like sometime during the episode that is something that like all the seasons of the Traitors has this one thing in common where someone who was in an argument or an altercation gets murdered the first night, and immediately the suspicion is, well, who did they have an argument with? That's obviously a traitor. When you think it through, you're like, well, the traitor would want us to believe it's this person, so this person isn't it.
Right.
It's like a safety blanket almost. It's just like, oh, well, they could fall into this trap of voting Michael out, and then we're all scot-free. You got Geraldine, though, so that worked too.
Yeah.
All right, so
Geraldine's a good out for them.
Yeah. So we see the voting. Angelica, who spells her name awkwardly, she changes her vote during the vote. Andy changes their vote during the vote and later cries. I'm guessing none of the reality people that have done that, not the 9 nobodies and Michael changed their vote. You just wrote your Geraldine does not start with a J.
Oh my God, I'm so embarrassed. I was hoping nobody would call me out. No, I'm so embarrassed.
I was very, very happy to.
I don't know what I
write that in my notes.
Yeah.
Yes.
I like that they show every vote regardless of what the vote outcome is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I think in this show it's so important to know where everyone votes.
Yeah. So So we have a tie at 8, and then there's a commercial, and I'm like, you bastards. Oh, it's a 30-minute commercial. It's stupid. Peacock. And then there's 3 votes remaining, and 3 of the last 3 votes are Geraldine. She's banished. So she has to go to the circle of truth and reveal, and she says she's a faithful. And Alan says, thank you. Leave now.
Yep. He has no patience for it.
No, I think he hates the circle of truth. It's just the premise of it.
Oh, really? I felt like
I love it.
I love it.
Do you?
No, I love it because like in the UK they get this like dramatic music in. It's like this big swell. It's like usually like a cover of a song, and then it's just like it drops. Like the music just drops as soon as they go like, "I was a faithful," and then you just go to the reaction of the table, and everyone's just like going crazy and also staring at each other like, "Who's not reacting? Who's not reacting?" I knew it as I had their name of the person. It's like I voted this person out. I knew they weren't a traitor. It's like that's where the drama starts.
Oh,
yeah.
All right.
And
So
also, like, people call the other people out that are leaving. Like, that's the goal, right? You're hoping that they're going to call people out.
Right.
Yeah.
So.
But Geraldine did not, because she's not good TV. And she's an actress that she's done. I'm not sure if she has an IMDb.
She does.
She does.
Oh!
It's a lot of extras.
Well, but she's also, she does a lot of stuff for Telenueva.
Yeah.
Is that not Telenueva? What is it called? It's Telemundo.
Ooh, Telemundo. Okay.
Oh, which got Jesse?
Jesse
Camacho does a lot of stuff for, but she's not an extra.
No, she's not.
Oh, I meant for what I saw on IMDb.
Yeah.
It was a lot of like waitress number 1
Oh,
dance, but like still, acting's acting.
Yeah.
We then cue to Christian wants to eulogize Geraldine.
I know.
And I love Kate and Brandy once again. Just like
Yes. We aren't crying over anyone. Just want that. And you guys shouldn't either. It's called a TV show. Our managers talked us into this. We don't even know what it's called. Ryan Lockey also is with us. He does not know where he's at as well. And Michael's just like, hey, I just want to say that I'm not a traitor. I'm just scared to talk to people. And they're just like, yeah, we don't care. He goes, I'm not sleeping tonight. They're like, once again, we don't care. And that's it.
Yeah, we cue the traitors, and we drop with Cody doing the reveal that Brandy said both Christian and Cerie's name.
Yes. Ooh.
Intrigue.
All right. So were you happy with the first 2 episodes, Rachel Reilly?
Yeah, I definitely am. I think it's a really good show. I'm really excited about it. I think it's a super fun show. And I'm not just saying it because I'm on it, but obviously because I'm on it. But I think it's a fun show. Like, I think it's like got everything we want from a reality show. It feels like there's like a lot of like old school reality vibes to it. So I think it's just like a really fun, different show that we don't watch a lot either. It's so different from everything we're always talking about every single season.
I feel like it has elements of Snake in the Grass.
Yeah, it does. Yeah.
But I feel like Snake in the Grass was poorly executed.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I don't think you could do Snake in the Grass in what is that, an hour or 90 minutes?
It's 1 hour.
1 hour. I feel it's too much. Like
For 1 hour, I agree. It was too much for 1 hour. I know.
Yeah. Whereas, and I don't like anything. I like, if I'm going to watch anything, I want episodic television.
Me too. I agree.
So, I mean, like Naked and Afraid. I like Naked and Afraid, but I love Naked and Afraid XL.
Yeah, same.
Because I feel like I'm watching Survivor, or I'm watching Big Brother, or I'm watching The Challenge. Like I want to see people go home over the course of weeks, not in the course of 1 hour.
Yeah, not 1 hour specials.
Right.
Yeah.
And I thought with Snake in the Grass, there was just so much that they didn't even show, so much content. And I thought it could have been like, multiple episodes. But I felt like with this, there's a lot that I feel like we could have drug it out even more into like more than 10 episodes. I don't know.
Yeah, as I said, 12 would have been that sweet spot, and dropped it in three drops of 4 would have been perfect. I think Peacock is figuring it out as they go along.
Yeah, because I feel like this is like their first not including taking over Love Island.
Yeah,
it's like
competition show.
It's like their first like competition reality style show that they're like, okay, let's just drop it in a batch because that's just what we do. I think they'll get feedback, be like, oh, we could actually get more eyes, get more traffic if we spread this out.
Right. I know. I hate that people are like, oh my God, it's so and so. This is how the end is, and I'm like, okay, like let's not spoil that.
Let's stop. So I mean, like even Netflix that loves to drop everything at once,
right?
Is just like, hey, we have a reality competition show called The Circle. Or
Love is Blind too.
Yeah, Love is Blind, Too Hot to Handle. Like all their shows, they do in batches.
Yeah, I think I do like the batches. I mean, I really like that I can watch, like, as a viewer of the show and as a fan of the show, I do like that I can just like watch it all the way through. But like, it is a lot of content because it's like, 10 hours. So if you have like anything else going on, it's hard to watch it all the way through. I'm only I'm only on like episode 4. So
I will be by the time I go to bed tonight.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I have Botox at 8:45. It's my follow-up Botox. It's not the initial. Listen, they did 16 shots. I only have 8 more.
I need like 40 right now.
I think I was lying on 16.
Yeah,
it's just like a bee sting, except 100 of them.
Right. Literally.
So great. Oh, all right. Rachel Reilly, we will see you tomorrow at 1:30 p.m. Where can everybody find you on social media?
Oh, at Rachel E. Reilly Viegas or at Rachel E. Reilly on Twitter. Okay. And on TikTok, for some reason, I made my handle Rachel E. Reilly Viegas Casting, or maybe it's Rachel Reilly Viegas. I don't know. I actually don't know my TikTok name. I have to find that out for you. Yeah,
my TikTok is Fairplay Talk because I cannot remember my password for.
Yeah, I can't ever. I mean, I'm not like I guess I'm not a cool Gen Zer. I just am not a TikToker.
I hate TikTok with a passion.
I'm not into it either, but everyone loves it, so I try to get on it and do the things that you're supposed to.
Oh, I forget. So, Alex Trias, what's your TikTok?
I don't have one.
Oh, perfect.
So it's not just you guys.
Yeah, you're at.
I'm at Trias95 and everything else. So Instagram and Twitter.
And you don't have TikTok.
Yeah, I'm not. I'm a millennial. I'm not Gen Z here. Yeah,
I thought 95 was a Gen Z.
No. 95 is like right towards the back end of millennial.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right.
I'm in a good one.
Dan, what are you? Are you Gen Z?
No, I'm millennial. I'm older than Alex.
Okay.
I don't know. It says 04 in yours, so
yeah.
No, 91. 91.
I'm a millennial too, in case there was any confusion. Just so you guys know.
Yeah, I'm. What am I, a boomer?
Are you a Gen Xer?
You're Gen X.
I am Gen X.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah, 74.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm Gen X. I saw Star Wars in the theater, like.
Oh wow.
Like 5 years old, or
I did not.
Real Gen X. Yeah.
Yeah, real, like legit Gen X. Yeah. So I earn my Botox. Or they earn what they do anyway. So Dan, where can everybody find you?
Monchy04, MONTCHY04.
All right, and we will be back tomorrow. We have Michael Davidson, God Bless America, and Michael Davidson.
Yes.
Rachel. So Alex is a maybe. Dan is a definite.
Yeah.
And it's a party either way.
It's a party. I will be here. I'm at Jonny Fairplay, no H and Johnny. I'm still trying to figure out how many of these I'm going to give you people. Trying to be nice. But they'll all be available at realitypatron.com. That's realitypatron.com. Best way to support the podcast. And if you're looking for another way to support the podcast, click subscribe, rate it 5 stars, say it's the best podcast ever. It does help the perfectly random algorithm and the randomly perfect algorithm. And that all helps with advertisers. So with that, until next time, thank you, everyone. Bye. And for more bonus content, go to realitypatron.com. That's right, become a patron now. Get additional coverage of all your favorite shows, the weekly Q&A, and you become a member of the secret, exclusive Facebook group. That's realitypatron.com.